Welcome, y'all. Welcome, Mr. At the Buzzer Sports Show. Yeah, I know we've been switching it up, and I know you've been introducing
like,
other stuff.
whoa.
So I was like, hey, we're just gonna do it. Well, welcome, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Happy almost end of July. Welcome to the At the Buzzer Sports Show. So y'all here for this insight again, as the great King Will
and it's your girl Jess, and we're here to give you some great knowledge on this wonderful sports show At the Buzzer. So let's get it started.
Absolutely. But first, we start off with our daily scripture, Jess. So let's get it started.
Yes, of course. So today's wonderful scripture comes from Matthew chapter 6, verse 31. Therefore, take no thought saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or wherewithal shall we be clothed? So basically what this means is, I know day by day we go through like, oh my gosh, we're going through, right? We don't have the money. We're upset and all that good stuff. We don't have this and we don't have that. But here Jesus just basically letting us know, like, take no thought on what you shall eat, what you shall drink, or where you shall be clothed. I will take care of you. Yes, I know it's rough, but I will get you through it. So that's all that it is, just giving you some encouragement. So, absolutely. But yes, first and foremost, Will, I guess hey, let's go ahead and start by talking about the Olympics. We had they looking good. The basketball team, at least we're gonna talk about basketball here, about how
hopefully we will. Hopefully we will.
The United States men's team are, they did their thing. KD made his comeback. I think he was 5 for 5 from 3, 8 for 9 from the field overall. LeBron did his thing. He had a great overall game doing LeBron James things, and they came on top, of course. What was the team they was going against again? They played them well in the beginning, is what I'm trying to say. They did. I'm saying they did okay in the beginning. Serbia, yes, my fault. Joker and them did their thing. They actually held their own until the second half.
Hold on. No, fix that.
They did.
My boy Joker was holding it down. You saw that stat where when Joker was at the game, they was minus 26. When Joker was in the game, they were even.
Bogey
you got
okay.
You got Bogdanovich. There was a couple of NBA players on there, but it was honestly Jokic versus the Monsters, basically.
No, you're right. But yeah, Joker was doing this thing, and we kind of knew. I knew USA would win, but the topic of the day is, there was a big thing about Tatum and Halliburton not playing, and Curry even said like that's his fault. He should have at least played some minutes, but he basically blamed himself. So what do you think? Do you have a problem with Curry not playing Halliburton or Tatum in that game against Serbia?
Here's the crazy part. We probably the only show that's even mentioning Halliburton, because no one has gave Halliburton any love. It is all about Jason Tatum. And I don't understand. The United States won by 26 points, so we sitting here wondering why Jason Tatum didn't play. Somebody wasn't going to play. It's 10-minute quarters. It happens. I think the biggest thing is people trying to wonder why Derek White got, I think, 12, 13 minutes. But
he played a little bit. Yeah, he played.
It's also, that's two different positions, right? Because you got to look at it like this. I don't know. So Tatum is either a 3 or a 4 when you think about it. And when you look at all the 3s and the 4s, who is he going to replace? The time he was got replaced by Kevin Durant. And we see why. Because Kevin Durant just show who he is. And
well, that's the reason why I think in my personal opinion, I just feel like Kerr and them was just like, let's see how KD do. And we'll take it from there. But he was doing his thing. Honestly, he didn't even play that much in the second half, because most of his points came from the first half, because he got him a great lead and helped him get a great lead with LeBron and them for most of the half. So, and he didn't play that much in the second half, if I'm being honest, if you look at it. But so he could have played Tatum. But I mean, why? To answer the question, I don't have a problem. But even Charles Barkley and other people were saying this is the Olympics. He said at least play a minute. That's what they're saying. I'm sure Tatum wanted to get out there.
I'm gonna tell you why
you want to play.
I'm gonna tell you why I think people are doing this. I'm telling you why, and I think y'all getting the realization. It's something I've always said. Tatum, y'all have Tatum at a different tier than what he really is.
And that's not what it's about, though. That's not why he didn't play. I'm trying to think.
They think he's at the tier of LeBron James and Kevin Durant and Steph, who you wouldn't even consider giving them 0 minutes. No, he's like everybody else. He's like Ant-Man. I wouldn't be surprised if Ant-Man played 0 minutes in a game.
No, he played Ant-Man. Ant played though. Ant played some minutes.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if Ant-Man or other players get 0 minutes. But we all know there's 3 players who are guaranteed are going to play, and that's LeBron and Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. And I think these Tatum, I told y'all trying so hard to make Tatum what he is. He's a very good player, but he's not on the echelon of a LeBron. So I'm not shocked at all that he sat on the bench. It's okay. It's Jason Tatum. He's on the bench. I think it's the name recognition, and he just won the championship that I think people
that also is it too. That's also it too.
But it's not a big deal.
I don't think it's a big deal. I actually don't think, I know y'all like to think Tatum is salty all the time, but I don't think he's like tripping all that much. As a hooper, yes, you want to play. I know I will want to play, but I'm just saying that I don't think he's out here bugging like, oh my gosh, they hate me. I don't think he's doing that like everyone else is trying to assume.
And you gotta think it like this. This was crazy about it. If you think about it, right? We tripping about Jason Tatum being on the bench, and y'all thought they weren't going to trip if Caitlin Clark didn't play for the women's team. And you see how big of a hoopla? You see how big of a hoopla with Jason Tatum not playing? Like, oh my goodness!
I don't even know why you brought that up, honey. You trying to open up some stuff for people to come at you. I'm not
saying like I'm not trying to have them come at me, but I'm just saying you remember they were saying like, so what if Caitlin Clark just put on the team and if she don't play? No. Y'all don't understand. If she didn't play, it would have been a problem. Like, would have been a problem. And I don't blame the United States to be saying, like, we're not ready for that right now. Let's give it 4 more years. Let's just give us 4 more years. Just give us 4 more years, please. Just give us 4 more years, fans. And she'll be on there in 2028. She'll definitely deserve it in 2028. But I'm sorry to bring the Caitlin Clark thing. But it's just amazing to me
My head hurt.
The United States won by 26 points. They dominated Serbia. And all you've been hearing to talk about is Jason Tatum. We should be talking about Kevin Durant, how he just didn't miss a shot the whole entire. Just walked in and like a nuclear bomb and just wet. And hey, can we say Kevin Durant might be the greatest United States Olympian of all time? Him and Melo.
Well, I mean, if he wins this, he'll have won another medal more than Melo. So maybe, I mean, and honestly, people don't talk about it enough. Last Olympics, it was just basically him with a bunch of young. With Jason Tatum was on that team. He played a lot in that
one. Tatum.
Yep.
Bam was on that team.
I'm trying to remember who else was on the team. I don't even remember who everyone else was on the team.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, and they struggled. You remember them struggling. They struggled.
And
but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he won it. I mean, they got it. So, I mean, I just want to give him his props on that because I'm just saying, like, he didn't have LeBron or Steph or anyone else with him that was like up on his so-called superstar level. It was just him and some young people.
Yeah, here we go. So, my God, yeah, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, Kyle Lowry, Harrison Barnes,
Jordan was on that team.
DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, Draymond Green, and Carmelo.
So he had a bunch of good helpers. Like, well, Jimmy Butler can do, at playoff time he's a superstar, and then regular season he's just regular. So, but he had good players around him, but he didn't have.
I mean, but compared to this team,
compared to this team or the 2012 or even the 2016. That one was like not super, like a ton of superstars.
Yeah, a ton of superstars.
But no, I don't think it's a big deal that Tatum and Halliburton did not play, to everyone who is wondering, because I know people think it's a big deal. But I didn't. I personally didn't.
The United States going to win by 5 million points. Yeah, I'm gonna end it like this. I don't know why we even can, because there's a lot of good teams in the Olympics, but the United States should just run with this.
Canada, I think France. I know you said France don't got.
France barely beat Japan.
They did barely beat Japan. Japan got even the women. Now I want to give the women some credit. The women, the little people with
they did their thing.
They can shoot that thing.
They were shooting that thing. They were shooting a bunch of times too.
I was like,
there was no limit on how many threes they were supposed to.
I know some teams they should be on. To be honest with you, Chicago Sky need to pull a couple of them up, but I'm just
But
saying, like, okay.
France barely beat Japan. Canada barely got through Australia. I just don't see it. United States should actually just run through this, to tell you the truth.
I can agree. And then of course, if you want to bring up because just might get out the way, the women, I expect them to go through
I
because
mean,
I mean,
the
people
question
don't
is
even.
how much. The question
I'm
is how much they're gonna win by.
I'm shocked they had 3 million. I'm actually shocked 3 million people because the numbers came out that 3 million people were watching. I was like, that's very impressive because I don't know if that's ever been done before. So congrats to them on that because they said no one was watching them without Caitlin Clark, but people are actually watching. So,
yeah.
but I'm actually shocked people are watching because I really expect them to go through the whole thing kind of like with nothing.
Oh yeah. They're gonna run through this.
So yeah, but that's basically it on that. Anyone else want to comment? Please leave your comment if y'all made a big deal on Tatum and Halliburton not playing, but we didn't. So, but next up, we're going to talk about a little bit of football. So the Dallas Cowboys doing Dallas Cowboy things, being annoying, and apparently, they're having a little debacle. Lamb is not coming to training camp for what I saw. He wants a deal. CD Lamb, the wide receiver, who I think deserves money. I know I wasn't big on him in the beginning, but his
past 2 years he's been good.
Yeah, he's I want to say a top 10 in the league of wide receivers. So some people argue top 5. I say top 10. But him, and then they of course Dak. Apparently he wants an extension. And then Micah Parsons, who I think personally who they should really pay. He's been the most consistent out of all 3. But who do you think will the Cowboys should prioritize more in these negotiations?
Surprisingly, and I mean he's done good, but it's actually to me Dak. You can find another CD Lamb, and you can honestly find another Michael Parsons.
Woo, Parsons! Parsons is different.
Let me say like this: you can't find you could possibly find one in the draft, but I'm gonna say it like this: I think it's more possible to find another Michael Parsons than another quarterback because we have seen the quarterback depth is
not as it's not as big.
It's not as big, and Dak legitimately we could arguably say he's a top 10 quarterback, and those are hard to find. We see that. We see, and that's how we see. That's why we see in Green Bay giving Jordan Love all that money. Jordan Love had one good year. They like, shoot, I don't know. We can find another one of these.
But you're big on Jordan Love. You are big on Jordan Love.
Yes, so, I do like Jordan Love.
I'm still, like you said, you need. I think you said someone else need to have another good year. But I think Jordan Love needs another good year.
Brock Purdy proved his point. I think Brock Purdy's the proof point.
You said Jalen Hurts needs another good year. I think
Jalen Hurts needs a good year. Let me tell you something. Brock Purdy is over here licking his chops, seeing this quarterback money going up. And that's why I think the problem is the quarterback money is so high, but Dallas need to stop being cheap. Pay Dak.
Yeah.
I say pay Dak and just gonna have to figure it out after that.
These people want to be paid though. I see CD trying to leave. That's just me. I see him trying to. Micah's a little iffy. I think he actually likes being a Dallas Cowboy. But CD, I think he's gonna, after a year, maybe 2, he's gonna be like, all right, I deserve to get paid. Especially if he continues to put up numbers. But you
gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this also with CD Lamb. This is why I say definitely if you could pay 2 out of the 3, it would be Micah and Dak. Because let me tell you something. It seems like every year there's a NFL ready wide receiver. Think about it. We had possibly 4 in this draft now, and you still got players coming out now. I mean, there's a freshman at Ohio State that everyone is hyping up. There's a freshman at Auburn at wide receiver. So it's like every year there's 4 to 5 NFL ready, very good to great wide receivers, and I think it's because of the openness of the pass happy offenses that starts all the way to Park League. Now you have passing leagues that I think has developed these wide receivers to be so extraordinary. But you can definitely find another CD Lamb. Ask Kansas City. They got rid of Tyreek Hill. They still did good. So but I say pay Dak because quarterbacks, that is definitely a roulette. Because we all thought, Bryce Young, and he might still turn it around, but we all thought Bryce Young was going to be real good, number one pick, and his first year was disastrous. So
I didn't think he was. I thought he was too short because he's even shorter than Russell Wilson, and I thought that was going to be tough for him.
I don't think he's shorter than Russell Wilson. He is smaller than Russell Wilson because what people don't realize, Russell Wilson is thick.
Yeah, he's thick.
So he got big thighs, big lower body. He has big hands. Bryce Young is small. I do believe Bryce Young is 6'10" and Russ is 5'10".
You mean 5'10"?
I believe
a 6'10" quarterback would be insane. I just want to say
insane. Fun fact. I think the tallest quarterback was Dan McGuire, who was 6'8" and who is Mark McGuire's brother. He played for the Seattle Seahawks, was a first round pick. I believe he's the tallest quarterback. But
and he started.
And he was trash.
Or was he just...
He started and he was trash. He was trash. So
okay.
But I think Bryce Young is 6 foot and Russ is 5'10", but Russ is like 5'10", 225, where Bryce is 6 foot. I mean, did you see the picture of him with the book bag? The book bag looked too big. Like he looked like a kid going to school. Like he gonna look like my little son. My son
with all the books on the first day.
Big book bag, and he looked like him walking. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta gain some weight or something. Like even Wembanyama at least gain some weight.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I say pay Micah personally because I think he's been the most consistent. But I understand your quarterback analogy. So either or, I see, but CD deserves his money too. So I'm kind of up in arms.
Let somebody else pay it.
But if there was a you better pick right now who you should pay, I would personally say Micah. So that's my decision, my final one. But so next up, we are going to talk about this awesome baseball player that is killing the scene, and his name is Paul. I think it's Skynes. Forgive me, Paul, for messing up your name. Is that how I say his last name?
I think it's Skynes or Skeens. I think it's Skynes.
Okay, forgive us, Paul, if we messed up. But he's actually killing the game. He's 6-1 right now on the season, and he has like over 100 strikeouts right now.
And I think 1.3 ERA. Like
1.3 ERA. That is insane numbers that we haven't seen. You mentioned Pedro Martinez, which is big. I hated him, but for good reason. But Paul. But Paul, Pittsburgh don't hurt my feelings, so I root for this guy. Paul, he's doing big things. So, what do you think his ceiling is? Yeah, Will, what do you think his season is? Like, what do you think his ceiling is right at this point in time?
This might sound too far, but I think he's a top 5 pitcher already, and I definitely think
all time
he has a chance to be the greatest pitcher of all time.
Oh, Will, you can't just be saying stuff like that. You said he's the greatest pitcher of all. You said he's a top 5 pitcher ever or right now?
Fastball. I know we're losing. I think we're having a little connection problems. Can you see me now? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Do you hear what I'm saying? I said you you think he's a top 5 pitcher in the league now or ever?
I say no, not ever. Right now he is, but he has the potential to be one of the greatest pitchers we've seen of all time. He has some very nasty stuff. Like I watch him pitch. I that fastball with the slider. I think it's more like a power slurve a little bit, but he just came in. He was just drafted the number 1 pick last year. He was the number 1 pick last year. He got the kick to it. Fastball. Yep. Throws about 100 to 101. Like he legitimately, if he stays healthy, could be one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
How old? Because that man looked like first off, his mustache is killing me.
Yeah. The mustache.
It's like, why is he this young having his mustache? But I mean, respect. But he's out here killing the game. But what I could see by his number standpoint, I've seen a lot of him on ESPN and highlights, and he looks to be. He reminds me of, I don't know, maybe it's the mustache. He reminds me of Randy Johnson, but it might just be the mustache. So I can't.
I mean, he's definitely a power pitcher. you
Randy
could
Johnson
think,
still gives me nightmares. I don't like him
oh
either.
yeah. Randy was a monster. Randy was a monster. I don't know. We might not have seen him.
Respect.
But he's definitely. It makes me excited to watch baseball. And I think baseball needs to really lean on this because that's how good he is. Like he's potentially like, oh, is he pitching? Oh, I have to watch this game because I know he's going to be pitching some good
Big
stuff, making
time.
some hitters look like some little kids out there.
Because we
So
haven't had a bunch of pitch like back when I was growing up with the whole Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens,
Greg
Red
Maddux,
Maddox, Ronnie, Tom, even Tom
Randy,
Glavine,
Tom Glavine, yep.
what's the other mother pit? Mariano Rivera,
Mm-hmm.
Andy
Andy
Pettit. I'm trying.
Pettit. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
Andy
just saying.
Pettit,
Like, remember there
Mariano
was a
Rivera.
bunch. Remember there was a bunch
It
of
was a
pitches we were
bunch of them.
excited to see. Right now,
Yeah.
it's like it's not the same. It's not the same. So
I
hopefully
mean,
this will
people,
start.
Kurt Schilling. Some people might feel some way about Kurt Schilling, but Kurt Schilling was another
Oh,
one.
Kirk Schilling, yes.
Yeah,
Whatever they say about him, that bloody sock
Yeah.
was legit. I know
Yep.
that much.
Yep.
He
Even if you think about players that didn't even be all-time greats, like a Kerry Wood from the Cubs, who struck out 20. Mark Pryor is another one that I used to like watching. There's been a lot of good pitches, but Paul has brought this excitement that I think it gets us all to want to tune in and watch him pitch.
Nice.
And I know I'm like that, so
I like it. I'm ready to watch some more of him for sure. So we will see. So it's very exciting for sure. And I love me some baseball. And my son loves baseball too, which I'm excited about. So if I don't know if y'all know, not because of the 700 million for 10 years or whatever that Otoni got, by the way. You know how
that's the reason why I'm putting my kids in baseball.
No, that's not why. Before the money actually liked baseball. But no, so I don't know if y'all know, but the final 25, ESPN got the top 25 athletes since 2000 list. It was the final 25. I don't know if Will, what do you think about it? I've seen it. I'm cool with it. A lot of people made it a big deal about LeBron being ahead of Brady. I personally am okay with it, but I understand why people are, with the whole Brady got 7 rings and he's low-key, he's the GOAT of his sport to many people. Whereas LeBron, people like you and others would say he's not even the GOAT of his sport. He shouldn't be that high. But since 2000, he is.
He is.
So
I'll give him that respect.
I think that he should be, maybe because I'm more of a basketball fan, but I'm fine with him being higher than him. But they made it a big deal. You said
honestly, I feel like he could have went higher than Messi. I feel like LeBron should have been number 3. That's my opinion.
Well, wasn't he number 3? Oh no, Messi.
No, he's number 4. Messi number 3. I'm looking at this now.
Messi. The reason why Messi is, I don't know if you watched him. He's different. I mean, he rarely loses.
No,
and soccer is a global. Soccer is more
sport.
Globally known. Now, I can't say that about the last 2 though, because tennis is up and down as far as globally, which I know is a global sport. But I'm saying it's like more a lot. Soccer is the most watched. I didn't know this. Soccer is the most watched global sport of everyone. So that's what makes sense. And then of course swimming with Michael Phelps being at number 1. I'm cool with it. All those gold medals.
Because I don't think nobody's gonna catch him. I don't think nobody's gonna catch him.
You saw the dude from USA. I saw yesterday. He just hit 8, and below Phelps is 9. That's the second highest. So respect to him.
And what he got? 22, right?
No, he got 23.
23.
And then I have a Serena bias. That's my favorite athlete ever. So I'm definitely cool with her being number 2. I don't mind it. So I'm glad she got some love. Some people I definitely was like, whoa. I was like, so y'all got Tamika Catchings ahead of Maya Moore and Candace Parker. Like I know she was great, but she shouldn't be ahead of them like that for me. So I wouldn't have done it. And then Diana Taurasi, I think I'm glad they show her some love too at 22. I think 21, 22. And then Patrick Mahomes in the top 20. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, Tarazi was 21. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes was 18. 18.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I kind of figured he was. I'm fine with that. I don't know if you
look,
are, but I am.
I'll say it like this.
And like
Kobe
I said,
Bryant
Serena.
fans, Kobe Bryant
No,
fans. I know you're
he's in the
mad at
top.
me. He's
He's in
number
the top 10 now.
10.
That's fine. I think that's fine. I mean, of course, for
I
me
told you
personally, he'll be higher.
I told you
but
my biggest okay, so
you saying he should be number 10?
If we're talking about accomplishments, so what I feel like when they talking about is accomplishments and like the whole put everything together, I've always had an argument that I always felt like Tim Duncan's resume was slightly better than Kobe Bryant's. That's just my opinion.
They're not just
And
doing
Tim
resume
Duncan,
though; they doing everything. If you go by everything, like everything, you know what I mean by everything. He's ahead of Tim, and there's no discussion.
I mean, okay,
he's ahead of him.
You know how I feel. You know I don't have him. You know I have Tim Duncan ahead of him in the top greatest players of all time.
I know it. I know it. Ignorance is bliss. That's not my fault. But the point of the matter is,
so explain to me how. Explain to me how.
We're not going through this again.
What
William.
does he
We're not
do
going
better
through
than
this again? Everything he's done, everything better. I mean, his teams were good, but Tim Duncan teams were better. Tim Duncan teams were better.
No, they wasn't.
It's just a fact.
It's not a fact. It is not a fact.
Besides the Hall of Famer what's the Hall of Famer? Shaq and Pau Gasol. To me, I don't think he should be in it. But I mean, hey, Pau Gasol's Hall of Famer. Compared to, I mean, Tony Parker's gonna be a Hall of Famer for what I'm told. Manu, is he a Hall of Famer? I think he is. Manu's Hall of Famer.
Tony shouldn't make it.
Tony, he will be. I bet you he will be. And his teams were just better. And they both had GOAT coaches. I consider Greg Popovich a better coach. That's my personal opinion. And you know it's true because I heard you say that on the show. So don't act like he's not. So
Tim Duncan.
I mean, it is what it is.
Tim Duncan.
What number is Timothy? What's Timothy? Let me see where you at.
He was 17.
Oh, he's at a great spot. 17 is a good spot for
16.
him.
And then he
got him ahead of Shaq, and you know they shouldn't have.
I know. I don't agree with that. That's what I'm saying. I was like, but anyway.
Oh, they got Lewis Wilson at 19. Okay, Aaron Donald at 20. I think Aaron Donald's a generational talent, so that's fine with me.
He is.
Sidney Crosby at 22. I'm shocked Kevin Garnett is that high, and I'm not trying to be mean.
No. I absolutely agree with you.
But you love Kevin Garnett, so that's why.
And I love Kevin Garnett. Just like Tracy McGrady. I love Tracy McGrady too. I just bring him in the Hall of Fame.
I love Albert Pujols, so I was cool with that. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather, I know he pissed because he think he's the greatest thing since like man was born at 25.
Yeah.
Katie Ledecky
probably could. She could have been higher. Give her some more years. She's definitely gonna be higher.
Do you think Floyd should be higher or lower, or is he at a good spot?
I'm not a good person to ask that because I've been told I am very biased against Floyd. I disagree with it.
So you think Tank? Oh, you want people that think Tank will overtake him?
I think Floyd carefully played his career to make sure he stayed at top. People at the right time.
I think he did duck some people. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. He ducked people, and I feel like he fought them at the right time that he knew he can beat them. But I respect his money hustle. I'll say that. But when it comes to boxing, he's not nowhere near my GOAT.
Which one's your GOAT, Muhammad? Because Tyson is mine, but I'm biased. So who's your GOAT? Why are you thinking hard? You should know who your GOAT is.
That's why I said box. So ironically,
you just said he's nowhere near my GOAT, and you not saying your GOAT name. What's his name?
But because it's tough. It's tough.
Oh my!
It's tough. It's tough.
Oh
Because
my
I'll say
gosh,
like this:
Evander.
I was a big boxing fan too. I feel like boxing started falling off. So when I go to some of the old
The
school
90s was the
goats,
hot.
they're
80s
like
and 90s
like
was the best.
Holyfield and Lennox and
Yeah, I don't like
Tyson,
Lennox.
and then you can throw in Hagler and man, it just and then I know some of the history: Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson. It's just it. You will have to have a serious boxing discussion. It ain't Mike. Mike was the most scariest
I don't. There's
boxer
nothing you
in
can tell me.
history.
It's Mike, and it's
Yeah,
Mike always for me. So boom,
it's
you don't
but
have to agree with. Don't tell me
hey
it's no
man,
Mike. It's
but guess
Michael.
what? Lennox Lewis thoroughly whooped his butt.
Well, I mean, Michael was old and he was on drugs, so it's
Lennox
he
Lewis
said
would
it.
have fairly beat Mike Tyson's butt
In
anytime because Lennox Lewis
'88,
had that reach.
in
Lennox
'88,
Lewis had Mike could
get the
never
heck
do
out of
anything with
here.
that reach.
No,
Mike could anything that was proven with Buster Douglas that Mike had issue with reach,
he
and he would
was
not been able to.
he was high. He couldn't. What do you mean? Get out of here. You
And I
know that's
love
what.
Mike. I love Mike. Love Mike.
I don't care how
But we
much you love
talking.
him. Whatever you saying to me is irrelevant. But back to what I was talking about. Katie Ledecky at 15. She's a part fish because first of all, she just won. She won yesterday or today in 17 seconds, which is insane. So I just want to say to her, you are not a human. I think you're part like dolphin. Because
I
and then
saw
she
win a race by 17 seconds.
that's what I just said. I just said 17 seconds.
That's what I'm saying though. It's just crazy.
And then
like,
she looked around like, where you at? So yeah, and then Steph being at 14, I respect it. I respect Steph at 14. Ronaldo, he was my favorite.
Kobe Bryant in my greatest players, but anyway.
Freaking that's a joke. All around, or you just going by resume?
Who changed the game more?
Oh, we're going by that?
Who changed the game more?
We're going by that, or we're going by who changed the game? We're going
who changed the game more?
Well, a lot of people would say well, if you want to talk about these little kids just throwing up threes from the other side of the world, cool. But don't act like Kobe didn't change. Like, he's globally known as a lot. So I don't want to hear that.
What game did he change? He's a Michael Jordan clone.
He changed mentality, and that's just a fact.
That was Michael Jordan's mentality.
Nah, bro. The Mamba mentality is a different mentality.
The Mamba mentality is the Michael Jordan mentality with a brand sponsor on it. That's what it was.
No, it's not. And you know it's not. Then how come no one follows that? People talk about the Mamba one. But back to also Rafael Nadal.
Rest in peace to Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe.
Don't try and bring that up to make yourself feel better. Rafael Nadal at 12. He was my favorite. I love Nadal. I'm not a Novak fan, but he's great. Usain Bolt, okay, in number 9. We cool on that. Tiger 8. I was shocked. I thought they was gonna put him at number 1 because I know ESPN loves Tiger, so I was.
But let me say this, and I had to think about that when I was going nuclear about Barry Bonds, 2000. So
let me bring up who's ahead of Barry Bonds again. Who's ahead of him?
Mike Trout. I had to think about that. It was 2000. So none of his accomplishments before 2000 doesn't count. And see, I had to think about that with Tiger because Tiger run started, I think, 96, 97. Mm-hmm. So you're not adding a lot of his other accomplishments. So I did have to think about that. It's like that I had to think about that with Tim Duncan because he won his first championship in 99. So technically you can't count that.
So, anywho, he's where he's at 16. Simone Biles, she's a goat. So
yeah, she
should be higher.
One also,
she arguably could have been number 1.
I think
they held the thing against
because Phelps. I think because Phelps, Serena, LeBron, and Brady, and Messi, all of them.
They got Roger Federer ahead of her too.
But you gotta think. I think all of them are almost 20 years of dominance, and I think Simone is more closer to 10. I think. But when you think about it,
she got the most in gymnastics. I don't know if you heard about today since they won the all-around gold.
Yeah,
she got the most in gymnastics history. That's this came out before then. So, but
Yeah, that came out before then.
I still think they probably would have had her here, and then they still hold it against her that which I know why she quit in the last Olympics. It was very important.
Yeah.
She had twisties. They call it the twisties.
Yeah, twisties.
Something that could
Yeah,
really damage, like people die. So
for baseball fans, it's a more dangerous way of saying the yips. Like,
yeah,
basically,
you can't control your body, and some people die. So it was very serious. But no, she's goated. Roger Federer, I remember watching his prime and I hated him, but I appreciate him now.
And that's why I think they all are ahead of her, because all of them are almost 20 years of dominance. Like 20 years.
Tom Brady, LeBron, Messi, and Serena, and then of course Phelps. So I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. You may want to rearrange the top 5, but I'm cool on the top 5. So they didn't really mess up all that. They didn't mess up. Now some of the lists, I know you got the Barry Bonds and Mike Trout thing. You're pissed off about that, but
I'm straight with it now. I understand it now.
I'm 60-40 with the list. 40% was Dookie, and then 60% was I. So I'm good on it. But but okay, so yes, that was fun and everything. Can't wait to hear I can't wait to hear the ones 20 years from now when we're nice and old and my kids are grown and they'd be like, from the 2020s. So I'll be like, whoa.
Don't remind me. 20 years. I'll be in my 60s. I'll be in my 60s. Don't remind me. I'll be in my 60s.
So, and I'll be basically close. I'll be in my 50s. So, I mean, it's going to be kind of crazy in these streets. But yeah, so next up, I have a new game. It's called This or That. This is for William. Like I said, he could also bring up games every now and again, but I guess I'm the game person. I like games. I do this at, all the time, especially when we have get-togethers. But it's just a little game called This or That. This game basically is, so Will, I'm going to give you a bunch of, since you like my University of Miami and some other teams that's not in Georgia, but you are Georgia to the death. Like, you love Georgia. This is what you love. This is what you breed. You country. You talk about eating squirrels and raccoons.
Never.
So, but all jokes aside, basically, I'm going to give them a whole bunch of Georgia people, or either people who are from Georgia or played in a Georgia sport, like Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta Braves, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to, like, say if I say eggs or bread and you say bread, and then I give you bread and oranges and you say oranges, then I take oranges and put it with something else. And you just got to choose into the end, okay? So with that being said, it'll be first and foremost, This or That, Hank Aaron, Dominique Wilkins. Hank Aaron, Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow. Okay.
It's people all put together. You gotta choose them. No, yeah, like I told you, it don't have to be an athlete. It's just someone that's special that made Georgia, great.
Well, okay. Well, Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, how dare you go against him, huh?
Exactly.
Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. Outkast. What? I would choose Outkast, but that's just me. I mean
Outkast. I want to say Outkast, but it sounds messed up to put them over a rap duo.
No. Well, I mean, they meant a lot to the culture. So Outkast. Okay. Yeah. Outkast, Jim Brown.
Outkast.
Respect. Outkast, Tom Glavine.
Outkast.
Okay. Outkast, James Brown. He's from Georgia. That's why I said that. I don't know if you know.
Outkast. No, I know he is. Outkast.
Outkast, Andrew Jones. It's a big Braves. Whoa.
I'm a big Outkast fan. I'm a big Outkast fan.
I mean, I put him in there for a reason. Usually, I mean, I love him too. Outkast, Deion Sanders. He played for the Falcons, so yeah.
Outkast, because he didn't stay here long enough.
Oh, boo. You petty. Outkast, Killer Mike.
Outkast.
I know you love Killer Mike, though.
Outkast,
Bobby Cox.
Outkast.
Oh, boo. He gave you a championship.
One championship those years.
It happened. Outkast, Ant-Man.
just to be different. Ant-Man.
Oh, boo. Ant-Man, Cam Newton, because you know he's
Ant-Man.
from
I know. Westlake.
Ant-Man and Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter
Ant-Man,
used to
because I wasn't alive when Jimmy Carter was president. I don't
but
believe.
he is. I'm not gonna lie. I looked it up. He's probably the most popular, beloved president of all time. He didn't give no one no issues. He was chilling with his wife and did little.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I wasn't born. I wasn't thought of.
Okay, Ant-Man, Chipper Jones.
Ant-Man. Chipper Jones good and all, but
I didn't like him. He was a butthole. Ant-Man and Keisha Bottoms.
Ant-Man.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
And then I think that's it. So the winner is Ant-Man. Ant-Man.
It was either gonna be him or Outkast. If that was all the motherfuckers, it was gonna be them or Outkast.
That's all I can find right now. There's plenty more that we can do in life, but that is it for that game. And then one more last thing before we go about our wonderful life. I want us to name our top 5 basketball movies going from 5 to 1 of all time. Oh, my bad. So number 5 for me is Coach Carter. And I know that's a lot of people's number 1, but that's for me.
Okay. You know, you give your 5, I give my 5. Okay. Coach Carter 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we go 5, 5, 4, 4, like that.
Yeah. I'ma go Above the Rim 5.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, it was a basketball movie.
No, I was saying I thought that was gonna be my 4, but I don't think it is. Number 4 for me is Glory Road. I love that movie.
Okay. I'm running through the
Let me
basketball
give you
movies
some.
in my
Let me give
head.
you some people, some things that you said above the rim. There's Love and Basketball, Space Jam. He Got Game, Coach Carter. I don't even know why. Oh, Like Mike, Air Bud.
No.
White Man Can't Jump.
All right, I think I got it. Okay, I'm good.
Okay,
I got it.
So I said for me,
number 4, I'll go He Got Game.
Okay, and that's my number 3. He Got Game.
That's number 3 is your okay. Number 3, I'll go Love and Basketball.
Well, we're going in each like bing bing bing. Number 2 for me is Love and Basketball.
Number 2 is Love and Basketball. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me is White Men Can't Jump.
What the world's going on? And guess what? That's my number 1. I love that movie. So
you wouldn't believe my number 1. You wouldn't believe my number 1.
Oh, is it Blue Chips?
Yep, Blue Chips.
You look like a Blue Chips person. I'm not even.
Yes, it definitely was Blue Chips. I love Blue Chips. Blue Chips was my movie. Shaq,
that's
Penny,
hilarious.
like yes, Blue Chips.
No, and Blue Chips is a good movie. It's I think it's in more of my top 15, but it's still a good movie though. It's still a good movie. I could watch it if you put it on. I'll enjoy it. So, but yep, those are our top 5 basketball movies as of right now. Could change in life. Maybe a good one, another good one will come. But an honorable another. But I do love Above the Rim. Above the Rim is a great one. I think it's a great movie. So an honorable mention for Space Jam, the first one. Space Jam is a good movie.
And all my people watching, I know y'all probably laughing and joking because I'm known for not watching a lot of black movies. But yes,
that is true.
I
am kind of shocked you knew that one. And White Men Can't Jump. No funny. But I'm just saying, like, I am gonna. But yep, guys, let's go ahead and one more time before we go ahead and go on about a beautiful night. One more time, our scripture of the day came from Matthew chapter 6:31. Therefore, take no thought, saying, "What shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed?" Shall we be clothed? So take no thought in that, and God will provide for you. But other than that, God bless. And Will, do you have anything else you have to say to our fans and our supporters?
I'm always right. As always. And
If
the
y'all want to
Miami
believe that, then
Hurricanes are going to win the college football championship. Y'all look out. Hurricanes come.
guys, he's been playing college football, whatever that is. So I guess he got his head
I've been
all
addicted.
happy.
I've been addicted to
And
that game, man. I've been addicted. That game.
he thinks they're really going somewhere. But
Whatever.
y'all have a wonderful day. We see you this Thursday. Deuces.
All right, God bless. See y'all later.